I want to talk about the early kickoff today, which was Liverpool,
Merseyside.
Everton, the Merseyside derby. And I mean, Gravenberch's goal was just ridiculous.
It was delightful. It was delightful. He just seems like
he's a great player.
He's a regen. What do they say? A regen. He's evolved his game, but that goal there to execute it, coming over your shoulder, the technique is
unreal.
Oh mate, it's really really good. But he's been phenomenal. He's been phenomenal in the week. He's been one of Arne Slot's probably standout players in the sense of since Slot has come in, he's stood out leaps and bounds. But he just has everything in his game. Calmness on the ball. He's able to obviously get in between players, can play a pass, the movement, his understanding. He's really, really good midfielder.
Just so good. So good.
The thing is with Gravenberch as well, you can play anywhere in the midfield.
Yeah.
You can literally play, and that's what, a large part of what I liked from Liverpool today was actually their midfield. I feel like Wirtz, while he's a talented player. Let's talk
about Wirtz.
He's a very talented.
Talk about him.
It's not clicking yet, but he's a talented player. But I feel like he will eventually become essentially a left winger for Liverpool, because I think the midfield three of McAllister, Szoboszlai, and Gravenberch is too good.
Szoboszlai is a joke as well.
Yeah, but so you know what, Szoboszlai though, I will also say there are some games where he goes quiet. There are definitely some games where he goes quiet. But when he's on it, he's unreal.
I don't think he goes quiet, but I think like he can sometimes have those magic moments.
Definitely, like the free kick against Arsenal.
Yeah, all right,
the only thing I want to say about that game though as well, the Liverpool game today, the second half, I did think Everton got back into it really well. They started playing really well. Iliman Ndiaye and Jack Grealish for Everton were both really, really good. Ndiaye especially, there's some little moments of Ndiaye where he just looks really special.
He is.
So
Everton looks so much better than they did last season. Gosh.
Great
So
David
better.
Moyes, man. What a manager. What a manager.
He's a great manager. I think, bring it back to, I think Grealish is probably the biggest threat for them. It was a great ball as well to lead for the goal as well, for Everton's goal with his left foot. But I think you saw still a few defensive frailties with Liverpool where they can get got at. With Conor Bradley at right back. But look, Liverpool, they just seem to grind out these results, and it's a sign of true champions.
It is a sign of
It's
champions.
annoying because they're annoyingly good, and the thing is even though everyone might have an off day, you got Van Dijk there, and this is what I keep saying.
Honestly, after the other night, because even the Newcastle game, right, a few weeks ago, they pulled that back, right? The other night, you just have to look at someone like Van Dijk and you just go, you are just inevitable, bro. Like, you are so clutch. You are, and I feel
he's
like
the best of the best, isn't he?
Like, where do you reckon then? Okay, this is going to be an endless debate because some people have different opinions. But when you are looking at Premier League greats, where does Virgil stand?
He's at the top. He's at the top.
As in number one, all time. Like, where do you put him in the Premier League era? Where do you put him?
He's the best. He's the best. He has everything.
Terry.
He's got the defensive capabilities.
He's got for me, he's third or fourth right now. But by the time he retires, he might be higher. But for now, for me, he's third or fourth.
For me, as a player, as a defensive player, he just has everything in his locker. He's got the defensive capabilities of a John Terry. He's got the calmness of a Rio Ferdinand. He's phenomenal in the air. He doesn't seem to break a sweat. His hair's always slick.
It's the gel.
It's the gel, yeah. Obviously, it's the gel.
Everyone says he smells good all the time.
Yeah. But most professionals, they do. But no, he's just, you never see him worried. You never see him out of rhythm. He's come back from a big injury and he's still putting out like 9 out of 10 performances. He rarely has a bad game.
There was a dodgy pass back to Alisson
that was
today.
late.
It was just one
dodgy pass back. One dodgy pass.
I take a point though. Yeah,
but no,
I hate to admit it, but the only thing. So when people compare Van Dijk to the likes of Terry, to the likes of Rio, the only my caveat is
they talk about the titles.
No, not the titles, but in terms of Rio was doing it from like 20. John Terry was doing it from 21, 22. Like Van Dijk was still at Southampton at 27. And don't get me wrong, Van Dijk's had the longevity there because he's late into his mid-30s now. He's still going strong. but those players had the early parts of the career that Van Dijk didn't. So that's my argument where I go, I don't know, because they had it for quite some time.
But then the fact he's still doing this, these kind of performances at the age he's at.
Thank you very
He's
much.
34 years of age.
Yeah.
And yes, I think he's actually slowing down a little bit now, which is why I think they really needed that Mark Gahey signing as backup for Liverpool, really, because you see in a couple of games, including the Palace game, where he was actually caught out for pace a little bit in there. But the way he adapts his game as a result of that, and the calmness, for me, I would put him number one. I mean, as a standout season, yes, I'm slightly younger. I still saw a lot of John Terry and Nemanja Vidic growing up and the fear they were put in, but it's just the overall class, as you say, of Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Everything he can do. I mean, the guy was playing in the forward lines when he was younger as well, ripping free kicks top corner. The guy can literally do it all across the pitch. And he also was instrumental in changing a side in Liverpool. He was really a big part of that changing of the guards from a team that wasn't really winning anything. They were the nearly men. He was a huge part in transforming
him and
that.
Alisson together.
Him and Alisson, but I mean, especially him though, because defensively in the centre-back position, they always had big problems there.
Yeah.
Whether it was Lovren or whoever else they had there, you put Van Dijk in there, and he completely.
He's a leader. He's a true born leader. And
I think we saw that the most when they had that cup final against Chelsea. Like when you saw him literally coach kids to win that trophy.
Ekitike, Ekitike is obviously he scored? Three
or four
3 and 5 games or something like that.
Yeah, it's been a good start.
Alexander Isak hasn't really. I know people are saying he's not fit yet, but who would have thought Ekitike would be scoring this amount of goals? If you said, okay, Liverpool going to bring in Ekitike and Isak, you would have said, yeah, Isak's going to hit the ground running.
I think it's quite soon though to go on the Alexander Isak thing though, because you have to forget he barely had any pre-season. We have seen him feature a little bit, but
he's only had one start.
He hasn't. He's had one. Yeah, he's had one.
He still looks. He's got it though. To me,
He's not lost anything over the summer, but it's just getting that fitness and also coming into a new side and just adapting to it.
But that's his fault, mate. He's the one that decided not to have a pre-season. He's the one that decided to do what he did. So he should be judged just as harshly. He should not be given the slack of not having a free pre-season because he decided to do that himself.
Yeah, but
and Ekitike, I think it's a little bit of overkill signing both of them personally, because I think Ekitike is an Isak regen. He doesn't have the full-on. He's very composed. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, Isak is like ice cold level of composure. He will not miss for you. But Ekitike, man. The pace, the quality, the flair coming off the left. This guy has got absolutely everything. And I, if I was a Liverpool fan, I would not want this guy displaced out of the side when Isak does come in, because he will inevitably get more game time. But I think when you said you were talking about, I forgot who said being pushed out onto the left-hand side. Verts. I think it's more likely Ekitike gets pushed out into that left side position where Gakpo's playing personally.
Yeah, I thought that,
because you can't not have Ekitike in the side.
But you also you can't justify having a 120 odd million pound player.
On the bench.
But Ekitike was 80 odd million.
Talk about him.
No, but Slot.
I want to talk about him soon.
16 million.
Thank you.
It's only a 20-30 million difference.
Oh, it's only 20 million.
No, like you said, they have to be judged.
You cannot justify that. The Verts thing. Look, it's a new league. It's adapting to a new thing. It can take time. However, look, we are going to have to start talking about it. And I know that Liverpool fans are very protective of their players, right?
007.
I know AGC will sit here like he did the other day when I asked him the same question. He said, he was good. He was good. Well, I don't think he was very good. Like, there might be a few moments of it, but you've got to start seeing a return on your investment. We are 5 games in now. Yeah. We need to start seeing it. The 007 is getting ever closer.
Including the Champions League games. Yeah, 007 people. With the price tag and the fact that he completed his pre-season, he was fine. There's no issues. For me, I'm expecting more. And like I said, I judge it based on all of the other players that have been that have cost 100 mil plus. You should be brushed with painted with the same brush. Yeah, it's high standards for me. And for me, Verts, I don't question his ability, but I have questioned him so far since he started at Liverpool. And yeah, Liverpool fans, you can shoot me down.
They will.
That's fine. No, but like I said, I look at Declan Rice. As soon as Declan Rice arrived at Arsenal, for example, he hasn't put in a poor performance. He's looked like he's been 100 or 150 plus player. I want to see the same for Wirtz.
You lot was trying to say, we'll give you more money.
Yeah. We'll give him more. It was a bargain for what we got him. But I just feel like, as you said, he's sitting on the bench. He comes on, and I'm looking at him. I'm like, okay, what can you do? What kind of what are you going to string together? What kind of passes? He didn't really give me much of a threat. I think Isaac came on and he seemed a bit more. I think he put a through ball to Salah, but he was just offside. Even Isaac showed me more in less time. But Wirtz, I just don't like the fact that people are just kind of just skating around and they just give, it's all right, he hasn't settled in yet.
He's making the runs, that little graphic.
Yeah. How many runs?
That's unreal.
How many runs?
The thing that's quite ironic is that Ekitike is probably a closer comparison because he's come from the Bundesliga and he's got going straight away. Granted, yes, striker position, not in the 10. I do think there are games where while Wirtz shows promise, he looks lost a little bit in that number 10, and Liverpool haven't really had a number 10 basically since Klopp, since before Klopp. So perhaps they don't quite know how to cater to that number 10. Yeah. I think in today's game against Everton, he went for a more industrial sort of midfield, a bit more functional, which I think made sense. I do think though, because I do genuinely think that Wirtz will be pushed out left, because I did think Arne Slot said that he doesn't see Ekitike as that left winger. So if Wirtz does go left wing, I can see him getting a bit more joy in that left wing, because for Xabi Alonso, he played in that sort of left 10, and in possession he can sort of drift into that number 10 in the same way where Eze will go into that number 10, left 10 sort of position for Arsenal. I can see Wirtz doing the same for Liverpool, and I do think we'll see some joy from him then. But the hard thing right now is that we're talking about a £115 million player not doing well, and Liverpool are still winning.
We should not take that away from Liverpool, because they did win again.
Yeah,
big
they got
game,
the result.
Merseyside derby, got the result, and like you said before, Quam's like, if you're grinding out results, and we haven't even seen Liverpool hit their best at the moment. We haven't even seen them come anywhere near to the levels that we know that they can be at. So all credit to them, because they are showing signs that the Liverpool era ain't going anywhere.
No, it's not. I think I listened to Slot after the game, and he did mention about Ekitike. He said every good quality Premier League team has two strikers, so that's why they obviously invested in Ekitike and Isaac. So he said, look, at the end of the day, they're going to be competing against each other, but he doesn't feel like it's an overkill. Obviously, phrasing what you said, bringing him in. I think he's done very well. He's probably been my standout player for Liverpool, Ekitike. He's got everything, as you said, the pace, the finish. It's very calm in goal. But he's young and he's hungry, and you can tell, you can see it. So, yeah.
Okay.